Hello there, thank you very much for tuning into my channel again. Of course, it's only me again and we are out doing some metal detecting on this video. However, we aren't in our usual spot this week. We have travelled a few hours up the road to see my friend Greg, who has kindly invited me to go onto one of his permissions. That's right, we are in the beautiful county of Suffolk, the home of so much history, and honestly, we are so excited for this trip. We haven't been able to sleep for days, and hopefully we're going to get some amazing things. So the site that we're on today was actually once the site of a medieval church. Of course, the church got completely destroyed and dismantled during the dissolution of the monasteries, and all that's here now is a ploughed field. However, there certainly is a recorded church site in this field. Greg has been in and around these fields before. He's had wonderful things, Saxon finds, medieval coins, brooches, buckles, you name it, he's had it out of this site. So this one promises to be really, really special. So definitely make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, drop us a thumbs up if you like the channel. But guys, that is the talking out of the way. I'm going to get so much digging done today, you're not going to believe. Everything that comes out, you're going to see it here first. So let's get going. I'll see you on the first hole. So I've just had my very first target down here in the field today, and lo and behold, it was a really nice little coin, and it came out all green and it was quite small and it was relatively thick, but I've cleaned it off and I think we have actually just found a 5p. Obviously the 5p would have been really, really shiny, and it looks like a relatively modern 5p because it's one of the smaller ones. And it's really interesting to see how the soil has just completely eradicated all that nice shiny stuff that was once on this coin. It's obviously quite acidic soil, or it's probably something that the farmer's putting in there as a fertiliser. But yeah, it is really munching through these coins, because this is probably only, what, a few years old, maybe 5 to 10 years old, something like that. But it's our first coin, it's our first find. We've got the whole day ahead of us. It's still really early in the morning. The guys out there are digging holes like moles, so hopefully we're going to have some great stuff to show you on this video. And it is chilly today as well. I was not expecting it to be this cold up here, hence why I'm wearing shorts, because yeah, I thought it was going to be nice and sunny and nice and warm, but it's a little bit parky. Hoping it's going to warm up a little bit later. But anyway, let's get cracking. Hopefully we'll get something good on the next one. Oh wow. We've just gone and found a really special little find here. So this is probably only about my third or fourth signal in this field. And most of the signals in this field have been literally lying on the top. I mean, literally, you pick up a clump and it's generally in there. And that again is a great testament to a nice ploughed field. What we've just gone and found here is an amazing little hammered coin. And again, so soon, we've hardly been here an hour, and I've already gone and found a hammered coin. And this is a cut half, and it looks really, really early. So let's come and take a closer look. So check this little half a hammered coin out. This is a silver hammered coin. And the reason why, of course, this is in half is because it was likely that this was a penny. And now, of course, it's half a penny. And they used to do that to the coins, enable to get sort of change, because they didn't have decimal pennies and, you know, coinage like we have today. It was mainly just pennies was the smallest one, and they would chop them in half to use it as half a penny, and of course they would chop it in a quarter again to use it as a quarter of a penny. And I very rarely find half pennies where I normally detect in my part of the world, so it's an absolute pleasure to find something like this. A nice little silver cut half. It's looking like this could be a Scottish Alexander or something like that, but a really nice example there. And what a great start to the day. It's still early, we've only been here for an hour, and hopefully we are going to get loads more amazing little finds like this. So stay tuned, hopefully we do, and if we do, you're going to see it first right here. So I've just found another really interesting little find. And this is literally, no word of a lie, probably about 5 feet away from where I had that lovely little cut half of a hammered coin. And it's quite an interesting little target. It's coming up at around 54 on the target identification screen. And I've never really found anything like this before, but it just looks really interesting. It seems to have some kind of crude decoration on the front of it. And obviously it's got this nodule on the back, but I can't decide whether or not this is quite a sort of crude pot mend, or whether or not it had some more sort of decorative meaning or use. But yeah, it's quite an interesting one. I mean, it's obviously not as great as that lovely little cut half, but yeah, definitely going to keep this one, give it a clean up later and see if I can get some more information from it. But pretty good start so far. So I've just had another little target down here, and I had to dig quite deep for this one. It was coming up at around sort of 72, so I don't think it's silver, but it certainly has a sort of silver look to it. And what's quite interesting is it's got, again, this kind of little nodule on the back, which obviously means it was once part of something much bigger. And it's got this sort of cross section on the bottom here, but it's quite small. Really nice clean target, so I'm glad that I dug it. I just don't really know what it is, what it once was, or what it came from. So anyone out there recognise this one, please drop a comment below, because I would be very interested to kind of figure out what it might be. But yeah, there you go guys, another little target. Let's move on. So we just caught up with Mr Tweed in this amazingly, oh, it's such a great field, isn't it?
Honestly, every single swing you're getting signals.
Every swing,
it's alive,
yeah. And
it's so easy to dig. I know it's cliche, but it's the dream field.
The dream field. We're absolutely loving this, although it's slightly nippy, isn't it?
It is. It's very windy and it's a lot colder than it looks. But
Mr Tweed has just come over with a really interesting little find, and we're unsure as to what this is, aren't we?
Yeah, not quite sure.
It is so interesting. It's got this kind of really deep green patina, and then this really nice sort of etched details on the front, isn't it? It's
yeah.
We don't want to say any age at this stage, do we? Because of course we're not familiar with this site. We don't know how old things are here, although we do dream of it. But of course we don't want to go, oh, it's this or it's that. So we're going to put it to you guys. What do you think? How old do you think this find is? Because we would love it to be, I don't even want to say it, but maybe
I don't want to say the S word, but
something like that. But we'd be happy with, you know, medieval as well, to be honest. But it's a special little find, that.
It's got a really nice patina on it. Yeah, I mean, at first I thought possibly a strap end or something, but yeah, I mean, you folk will hopefully know what it is, and
well done.
Yeah, be able to show us.
Let's
Thank
find
you.
some more.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's find a coin from this period now.
Well, something really, really interesting has just popped out the ground again. And I would like to say this was a nice little find, but it's not. It's an absolutely huge, big, heavy find. And it was seriously deep. I mean, I'm probably touching 8 to 10 inches down there. And no wonder, because this thing is absolutely huge. I don't really know what it is. It does remind me a little bit like, almost like a sort of bronze pot leg. But I've never really seen one like this before. And it is quite interesting. I think it is a leg from something, but as to its age or origin, I absolutely have no idea. It is absolutely solid bronze. You can see that it's had a bit of a rough time and might very possibly have been chucked into a fire or something at one point as well. But chances are this is actually quite an interesting find, and it could have some age to it and certainly some historical significance. It's been absolutely broken here by the plough, so you know, the chances are the rest of this could very well be in this field as well. But I am absolutely loving this field so far, and finds like this certainly keep you interested, certainly keep you going, and keep you fueled up to carry on. So let's keep going. So we're just with Greg here, and he has found a little cache of nice signals, haven't you?
Yeah, had a little piece of, well,
Little piece of lead, but this, yeah, it just had this little sort of T-bar come out, which you saw on the camera, which is a really interesting little find actually. I can't decide whether this is from a buckle or whether it's something else entirely, but that's quite interesting. That
strange one, isn't it?
Did you say that was about 70 something?
This
Did you?
is 76.
76.
Same as the 50p I just found.
Same as the 50p.
Right there where you're kneeling.
No way. And there's still a few more
I think
targets around
there
here,
might
is
be
there?
a few more signals, isn't there? Yeah, I'll just have
Well,
a look and see what we can dig out.
You never know, there could be a nice little hoard of goodies in here, Greg, so
It's coming up, isn't it?
keep us posted. Yeah,
Mr Tweed's had a...
Mr Tweed has just had a hammered coin, yeah, so I actually beat him today. I actually had a hammered first.
You did.
So that's one for the record.
And a nice one.
A nice one, yeah, cool. Nice little find, Greg.
Thank you.
So we've got a really sweet little sort of, it's kind of jumping around between 79, a little bit of 80, 81. It's going to be something pretty close to the top, this one, I think. But we're going to give it a dig, even though I think it might be quite close to the surface. So let's just get the pinpointer in there and see if we can find it. Okay, looks like this one is just a nice scrap piece of aluminium, so nothing to write home about on this one, but there's going to be plenty more in here, so let's keep going. So we're just back with Greg. Greg has been having a nice little run of targets, haven't you?
In this little patch, yeah.
Yeah, just in this little patch.
We found the patch.
He's just called me over and he's found an absolutely amazing little jeton. Now, this jeton is almost intact, isn't it?
Yep. It's got a hole punch through it.
It's got a little hole punched right in the middle of it, and I think it definitely is an English jeton for sure.
It's a cracker.
It's an amazing little find. I mean, this is what, 1300s?
Yeah, it will be.
For sure, isn't it?
Yeah.
Got to be 1300s. Really, really nice little find, this one. And I think a minute ago you also had, what was he say? It was a boy bishop.
Boy bishop token, yeah.
So a boy bishop token, I know nothing about those, but I'm sure going to research them later on. And that was a really special little find. And
Hopefully
I'll be able to show you that
one
later on the camera, and hopefully I'll get one myself. Yeah. Happy days. But well done, absolutely. Oh yeah, still got the impression in the mud as well. Absolutely amazing. Just on the top?
Just here.
Just there, yeah. What an amazing field.
Brilliant, made
Well
up with
done.
that.
So nothing too amazing for me on this one, but a lovely little spoon has just come out of the ground here, and I don't think it's an incredibly old one. It's copper alloy, probably, you know, could be 50 years old or something like that. But yeah, someone has dropped their spoon in this amazing field, and I've come along years later and picked it up. So there we are, just a nice little spoon. Well, just had a really, really special little find down here, and wow, this stopped me in my tracks completely. Again, it was relatively close to the surface. Came up as a really solid 92 on the old VDI, and I was like, got to see what this is. And I dug the hole out, had a quick look, and I saw this wonderfully thick round thing poking out of the side of a piece of mud. And I've just taken it out now, and we've just gone and found a lush Roman coin, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be a sestertius, likely dating to the 2nd century as well. There's some detail on here, but there isn't a lot of detail on here. It's quite worn and it's quite flat. Now that potentially means that, of course, it's been in circulation for a very, very long time, or it's just been riding around in this ploughed soil. And this soil is quite sort of sandy as well, so that's not going to help retain detail on nice ancient coins like this. But Greg says he's never ever found a Roman in these fields, so potentially this is the first one that's come out. And again, it was so close to the top as well. What an amazing field this is turning out to be. So exciting. Today we've already had a cut half and a Roman, and the guys have had other great things as well. So day's metal detecting don't get much better than this, but amazing Roman coin. Woohoo! So we're just here with Clive. Clive is Greg's friend, and he's been out with us detecting today as well, and he's come over to me and showed me his little finds pot, and I am amazed at what he has got in here. First of all, a nice big Roman coin. And that's your first Roman coin?
First Roman.
Your very first Roman coin. Congratulations, mate. That is awesome.
Thank you very much.
It's a really, really nice, looks like a Sestertius as well, so it's 2nd century. So this is 2,000 years old, believe it or not. And a nice bit of detail on that one. I found one a little while ago, but it didn't have this much detail on it, so yours is a much, much nicer one. Nice big chunky bit of bronze, that. And something else which is really interesting in your finds pot is this little thing. Now that is such a delicate little thing, but like you say, could be an earring,
Could be anything.
could be a part of some jewellery, could be anything at all, but I'm willing to bet that's probably a few hundred years old for sure. So yeah, you've had a really good day. So where have you been detecting? Down the bottom then there?
Just down there, yeah.
So we just found another little pot leg. Can you believe that? Now this one is obviously not made of copper alloy. It looks like it's made of pewter. But it was obviously once part of a dish, because you can still see the rim of the dish here. And this was one of the legs that would have come down and reached the floor. So it's a really cool little find. Probably not too old, I would imagine maybe 1700s, something like that. Could even be 1600s. But it is another pot leg in this field, and it was a cracking signal. So yeah, pretty chuffed with that. But let's keep going, see what else comes out. So we're just with Mr Tweed in the field, and he's come running over shouting the famous words, hammered coin. What have you had?
Well, a lot's happened since I last saw you, and I've actually had 2 hammered coins. So this one I had a little bit earlier, but you were too far over in the field for me to
My goodness,
to shout
yeah.
you. And I think it's a little...
Tiny little hammered coin.
Yeah, I think it's a little farthing of one of the Edwards. So
Such a delicate little one, yeah.
So yeah, that's really nice.
So you think this is a farthing?
I think it's a farthing, judging by the size. I've never had a farthing before, but I know that it's really really small, isn't it? So
it's what we're saying, 1300s?
Yeah,
12, 1300s?
I reckon one of the Edwards. I don't know which one. They'll
Such a little delicate medieval coin, that one. Really, really nice. And wow,
I've literally just had this just now. I've not even wiped all the mud off of it, and that is an Edward penny. I again don't know which Edward, but
full Edward penny. Probably the same age as that.
Yeah,
probably around
likely.
the 12 to 1300s, isn't it?
But it's not often I have a hammy double whammy, so I'm absolutely chuffed. And that one's in. Well, they're both in
It's
decent
really nice.
condition, but that one's in.
So 2 coins, 700-800 years old. Absolutely amazing. You've had a pretty good day so far,
I've had
haven't
a blooming amazing day, and on top of all the other little bits I've found, copper alloy bits, mounts and whatnot, which I'm sure I'll be showing you all later.
Good going. Yeah, can't wait to see those.
Really,
Well done.
really good medieval day. So
Awesome.
chuffed to bits with that.
Well done, mate. So the hours are rolling in now, and obviously the day is cracking on, but we've all still, found some really amazing things today. and it's still coming out of this field. It doesn't matter where we go in this field, there's just really good targets absolutely everywhere, and some really irony spots as well, but that might be explaining why we're finding so many good things. Just gone and found here another bronze pot leg. This is my third one today actually. I did find a smaller one earlier which I didn't film, but that's 3 pot legs in this church site, and that's really cool. This one's probably quite an early one. Looks like it was probably painted or coloured or something at one point. But yeah, another bronze pot leg, another medieval pot leg, another amazing find in this field. Really, really, really happy with that. So let's push on. We've got a couple hours left. Hopefully we get some good stuff. So I've just had this little thing come out of the ground here. And when it first came out, I thought, well, it looks like a musket ball. It looks like a musket ball which hasn't quite been finished. This bit here is usually the moulding, and then obviously what they do is just chop it off and then you've got a round bore. But what's really interesting about this is I don't think it's made of lead, which makes it really interesting because I can't think of what else that would be. I have absolutely no idea. I mean, surely it's got to be a musket ball. Surely it has. I mean, to be fair, it could be made of lead. I could be barking up the wrong tree entirely. But yeah, there's that one. Another surface find as well. Literally everything is on the surface today, which is absolutely great because it means you haven't got to dig too far. But yep, there we go. That's that one. We've probably got about an hour left today, so hopefully we get some more bits. And of course, as we do, you'll see them first. So we're just with Greg again in the field. He has just had an absolutely amazing day today. I'm just looking at his finds pot now, and you've gone and found another bishop token, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
Amazing. So tell me a little bit more. What is the bishop token? What's so special about them?
Well, I think they're given to like young, I suppose, kids really, who played bishop for a day, and they handed these out to the poor. It's my understanding of it, and then they could use them to trade.
Nice.
Buy stuff.
So it's kind of like a token handed out to poor people,
Yeah.
and then they could trade it for something good, essentially, was it?
I guess so.
Was it like a sort of token for good children, do you think? Or
I haven't really researched boy bishops because I've not found them.
you don't find them? Yeah,
to
they're
today.
quite rare. Apparently these are quite rare little things to find, and Greg today has found 2 of them, which is unbelievable, really. Really nice little thing, that is.
Absolutely.
Really, really nice. Almost looks like a hammered, but it's made of lead.
Yeah.
Obviously, because it's a token, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, not going to give a child a nice spendable coin.
No.
Have a token next to the best thing, isn't it? And oh, those 2 jetons, oh my days, they are really good.
They're lovely,
really,
aren't they?
Really nice, yeah. So you've got one English jeton, which we showed you earlier on the camera, and then he's also gone and found this amazing French jeton as well, and it's as flat as a pancake, isn't it? It's
I can't believe it. How they stay in that condition.
yeah.
Rolling around.
I mean, it's even got
Hundreds
patina
of
on
years.
it still, isn't it? It's
Stunning.
an incredible find. Yeah, that is, honestly, they are so nice. You're going to sleep well tonight, aren't you?
I am. I'm pleased. There's more to find as yet, though.
Yeah, that's it, mate. We're going to keep going.
Keep going until we can't go no more.
Well, we're burning daylight quite fast today. It's just been an absolutely fantastic day's metal detecting. And I've just gone and found another target, can you believe? It's quite an interesting little one. Although, once again, I'm not entirely sure what it is. I can tell you that it's made out of copper alloy, and it was certainly very decorative at one stage in its life. Now, it's obviously quite broken as well. But, I mean, this could have been part of a buckle, it could have been part of a brooch. Most certainly has some age to it as well, and you can see it's just got some really nice decoration on there. And I don't want to clean it too much because the soil here is quite sandy, so you know what you don't want to be doing is rubbing sand across the face of it. But I reckon once I've cleaned this up, I should be able to get some really nice detail from this, and chances are this is probably at least medieval, maybe even a little bit before. So not really too sure what this one is, but it is a nice little find. Let's go. We've got another half an hour to an hour. Let's keep going till the sun goes down. Hopefully we get some more finds. Well, we're almost at the end of the day now, but this field has just given me one last little gift to go home with, and it's an amazing little leather mount. Now, I don't really know how old this is, but it does seem to have quite a bit of copper in it. And that suggests to me that this is probably sort of post 1600s or something like that. But it is a really, really nice decorative little bit. And yeah, it's just a really nice thing to find. So this would have once been on a leather strap, and it would have been really, really shiny at one point. And of course it's been in the ground, so it looks completely different to how it would have looked when it was once on a strap. And this was likely on a workhorse strap, or, you know, somebody's horse strap, and it just would have been a nice little bit of bling for them. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. That's not a bad last find at all. As you can see, the sun's pretty much gone down now, so it's pretty much time for us to go, but another little find to add to the collection. So there we are, guys, that's pretty much the end of this amazing day's metal detecting, and what a wonderful day it's been. We've all had absolutely wonderful finds. Greg's done absolutely amazing, Mr Tweed has done some absolutely great bits as well, Clive's had his first Roman coin, so congratulations to Clive, and of course I've had some amazing bits too. So absolutely wonderful day out, and I just want to say thank you very much to Greg for inviting us on his permission. It's very much appreciated. And to everybody that's watching, well, if you've watched this far and you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? It's just one button below and you're going to be able to see great content like this uploaded every single week. And of course, if you like the video today and you like the channel, do consider giving me a thumbs up as well. But until the next time, I will see you all on the very next hole.